What's up, family? As y'all see, I'm on the road right now. I am recording today with a very special guest for our Tuesday Thoughts. And that guest is my wonderful husband, Aaron the Levite, in the building. All right, I'm going to be showing him in about a minute because I'm going to get his thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and give mine first, and then I'm going to give his thoughts on today's topic. I'm going to roll up the window so in case it's a little noisy. But family, today what we're going to be talking about is throwing it out. What do I mean by throwing it out? Listen, family, you're going to have to learn how to throw out the opinions of people. Now, what do I mean? I'm not saying that we don't need wise counsel from people. We do. We need wise counsel in order to thrive. The word tells us that in a multitude of counselors, there is wisdom and there's safety. That's not what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about the opinions of people, I'm talking about the opinions of people based upon their fears, based upon their limitations, based upon their prejudices, based upon their bigotry. You're going to have to get to a place, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's people that you've allowed to speak into you. A lot of us in the faith community, whether we come out of the church or even now among Yasharal, we can wrestle with the opinions of other people and what they think that we should be doing, how they think that we're supposed to be worshiping, who they think we're supposed to be worshiping with, and who we're supposed to build bridges with. And yeah, I'm putting it out there, and who we're not. But family, I'm here to tell you that it's important that you begin to throw out the opinions of people, because the opinions of man oftentimes stops us from obeying and following after the will of the Most High Yahuwah in our life. It is the Ruach HaKodesh's job to lead and guide us into all truth, not the opinions of people. And it's easy to get things twisted. It's easy to get it conflated because a lot of times we're conformist. By nature, we like to conform to what's accepted by the majority. If your majority, is a microcosm, it's just a microcosm of a much bigger group of people, but you've been boxed in. So we could take the community of Yasharal, for example. We're a small, segmented group of born-again believers. But even in that small microcosm, there's a majority of people who will tell you that you're supposed to do things in a particular way based on their interpretations of the word, based on their own prejudices, based on their own belief system surrounding, a lot of times, their own offenses. And we have to be very careful when we're dealing with people. We have to learn to chew the meat and spit out the bones. And that's not for other people. That's for everybody. That's for me. That's for you. We all have to learn to chew the meat and spit out the bones. You have to learn how to chew the meat and spit out the bones of what I say whenever I say what I say. Why? Because we all have sin nature. We all have our personal biases. We all have the things that we wrestle with in our flesh. And quite frankly, it's important for us not to esteem ourselves or our opinions above the word of the Most High Yahuwah. But so many times we do. But I'm here, family, to just encourage you all to just throw it out. Man, throw out all the opinions and the schisms and the factions and the divisions of people. Because at the end of the day, all of us see through a glass half darkly. You understand what I'm saying? We're not seeing the full picture. But the more we're yielded to the will of Yahuwah in our life, and if y'all don't see me for a second because it's the road and the sun and everything, but the more we're yielded to the will of Yahuwah in our life, the more clearly we can see the road ahead. But the more that we hold on to offenses, the more we hold on to bitterness and prejudices, the more we do all those things, the less we can hear from Him clearly. He says it's for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear what the Spirit says. Who's the Spirit? The Ruach HaKodesh. So I want to encourage y'all to just to throw it out. Throw out the opinions of people that does not line up with the will of Yahuwah. Okay? Throw it out. Throw out the opinions of people for what you're doing in your life. Because you're going to face situations in your life, I'm sure many of you already have, where you believe that Yahuwah has told you to do something, whether it's in business, whether it's with your family. Like when He called my husband and I to have a large family. A lot of people were against that. A lot of people are like, oh, you guys are crazy. You're just taking it to a whole nother level. You know, it's not, this is just, it's you taking be fruitful and multiply, and you putting too literal a translation on that. Or when we started homeschooling our children, a lot of people were against that as well, telling us how, you know, I'm not a professional educator, or, you know, don't we understand that our children have to learn? Things like that, you know, antagonistic sayings. All the time they're used to discourage you from doing what Yahuwah called you to do. But when he's called you to do something, he will confirm it. And if you obey what he's told you to do, you will see fruit from it, fruit that remains. So I'm here to tell you that it's important that whatever it is that you're doing, that if the Most High Yahuwah has given you the green light through the Ruach HaKodesh, if you are born again, then you are given the deposit of the Ruach, that his job is to lead and guide you into all truth. So that is what you need to be doing. You need to be focusing on what he says and not on what the naysayers say. Not on what somebody else told you that their opinions are based on, again, their own history, their own bigotry, their own biases, their own hurt and pain and offenses. Don't allow that to dictate what you are called to do in the Most High. So now I'm going to turn it over to Brother Aaron and get his perspective on it. And yeah, then we're going to wrap it up. Brother Aaron, so glad to have you joining us today for Tuesday Thoughts. Yay! Anyway, right. You know the topic.
All right. Throwing out opinions of others is very important, but sometimes you have to discern whether it's just someone just giving their opinion or whether it's words of wisdom. Sometimes when it comes to hearing and obeying what the Lord has us to do, it's kind of tricky in understanding the timing of it. Is he calling me to do this now? Or is he, sometimes you do need confirmation. So be paying careful attention. But a lot of times people are giving their opinion when you're not asking for it.
Okay.
You know? A lot of people are just, oh, if you ask me, this is what you ought to do. You know?
Right.
But I think that it's hard to listen to people, but when it comes to, this is God's will, you're supposed to do it, you're stepping out, then you have to do that with boldness, and you have to be focused on you stay in the course. There's going to be challenges along the way, but those opinions of many can actually stop you or cause you to hesitate or second guess what God's told you to do. So that's what I say.
I like that. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Aaron. I appreciate your perspective. We all do. Heard it first from Brother Aaron the Levite. He said, look, you got to do it in boldness. Whatever it is that Yahuwah is calling you to do, you have to do it in boldness. You've got to throw out all the naysayers and their opinions and all the things that they're telling you to do that is not full of wisdom. If it's full of wisdom, then receive it. But if it's full of emotion, if it's full of biases and bigotry, then just throw it out. Just throw it out. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater, but just throw out that old dirty bathwater, because it ain't cleaning nothing. Anyway, family, thank y'all so much for joining Aaron and I for this week's Tuesday Thoughts. I hope there's a blessing to you all. I hope it encourages you in your week ahead. We are encouraged. I don't care what is going on in the world. Know that the joy of the Most High Yahuwah is your strength. He will strengthen you. So peace and blessings to you, family. Until next time, love yourselves without hating your enemies. And y'all bless. Salamah.